What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I wanted to make a video talking about how to get high kill streaks and really just kind of stay alive in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You know, this is just, it's a completely different Call of Duty game, something we've really never seen before. It's played a lot different than every other Call of Duty, and I have noticed some people are struggling with the transition a little bit more than they normally do, and I've just got a few, you know, pretty basic, pretty simple, but really effective tips to help you guys out, and I just wanted to make a video about it. So, yeah, you know, first up, you need to run the right rewards. Like if you're trying to earn those, you know, warbirds or those paladins or those nuclears and get the bloodshed armor and things like that, like you have to be running the right score streak rewards. Score streaks in Advanced Warfare are drastically less lethal than they have been in the past. So I want to make sure you guys aren't wasting score streak spots with kind of like bad investment rewards, I'm going to call them. So the UAV, I think, is one of the most powerful score streaks in the game. It's extremely useful. So not only does it notify you of enemies, it also has directional and threat detection options. It's got a support module in case you want to earn it first and then help that start your big long kill streak. Also, anytime an enemy is killed with your UAV in the air, you get assist points. So those are going to give you assist points towards your next score streak within your score streak. It's kind of like a super meta like score streak in your score streak exhibit thing. So yeah, the UAV is a super high value score streak. What you get for what it takes to earn is extremely good. Like it's a good ratio. So UAV is a great thing to do. The remote turret can also be pretty effective if it's used to cover major choke points and objectives, particularly game modes like hardpoint, momentum, domination, things like that. If you can put a remote turret somewhere and be able to fire that thing off down at the objective, it's highly effective. It also has the sentry module if you don't want to control it yourself, but honestly, I find it a lot less useful that way. Like I think if you use the remote turret and then add the rocket attachment on it, using that to cover objectives is like one of the most powerful score streaks in the game. It's a lot of fun too, so make sure you guys try that out. I know a lot of people have been typically staying away from the remote turret, but it's honestly pretty good. Now, next up, I think the missile strike usually has the ability to get at least 1 to 2 kills per time that you call it in, which can help you, work towards earning those higher rewards, as well as you can add in additional rocket modules to improve its lethality. So that one's pretty good. And really, those are my good kind of like mid-range score streaks. Like obviously, the Warbird and the Paladin are both really good. I think the Paladin is like 5 times as good as the Warbird is, and it's only 1 more kill. But yeah, those are really the only score streaks that I like out of the first group. Like I would really recommend staying away from the recon and assault drones. Those are just, they're not going to help you out all that much. The XS1 Vulcan is kind of like the missile strike except with less control. Like I like the missile strike better than the XS1 Vulcan, so I would recommend the missile strike over that. And then finally, the XS1 Goliath, I am very disappointed in. Not only do you have to wait for it to come down, you can get killed while you're trying to get into it, but it's also like it's so easy for people to kill that thing. Sometimes you'll get in a noob lobby where people will run away from it and you'll be able to get a lot of kills, but most of the time, like 2 people shooting at that thing will kill it in like less than 3 seconds. Like it's absolutely insane how low the health is, how inaccurate the gun is. It's not a very good score streak, and a lot of people run it, so I would really recommend staying away from that. UAV, remote turret, missile strike are all definitely like the best investment you can make score streak wise, and then sprinkle in a Warbird or a Paladin here and there, and you guys should have a pretty good time. So yeah, run the right rewards. Now next up, the next thing I've got for you guys, if you're trying to go for like the Paladins and the Warbirds and stuff where you're gonna need a lot of score, play the objective, man. Like usually that's not something you should do when you're trying to get score streaks, but playing the objective in this game is extremely important. So the base version of the Warbird and the Paladin are 850 and 950 points respectively. So that's 9 or 10 straight up kills in this game. A 9 or 10 straight up kill streak. You can do that obviously, but it's going to be much harder to do because you could also get 2 caps and 4 kills while holding or attacking a hard point, a momentum point, a domination flag, things like that. Like 2 caps and 4 kills or 10 kills straight. Which one sounds, easier to use? So, playing the objective can really be great for earning your score streak awards, as well as getting a lot of XP. So, that's really a pretty important little part there. If you're playing objective game modes, make sure you play it, because this game truly does reward you quite a bit for doing that. Now, next up, this next one is probably like the biggest tip I've got for you guys. Do not get boost happy. So the boost jump in this game is like the big new thing we've never seen before. It's really addicting. It's a lot of fun. I've fallen, victim to this before. You really have to be careful about when you use this thing. Like, I see tons of players that are way too boost happy, jumping around all over the place like a bunny rabbit on, some type of drug. And they're just like, they're being super, super careless, putting themselves in really bad positions, just, not being a smart player. You don't want to do that. You need to play Advanced Warfare like you used to play Call of Duty and only use the boost abilities when you need them. Every time you boost, you notify the enemies where you are. Even if you have blast suppressor on, you're not necessarily showing up on the radar. You're still, making a very loud sound. A lot of people run headsets or have their TVs turned on. They're going to be able to hear that. They're going to look in your direction. Also, you leave exhaust trails everywhere. If you notice when you boost, there's kind of like this exhaust fumes trail that goes behind you. So if enemies see that, they're going to know you're there. So it's just like, don't boost too much. If you boost too much, you are giving away your position. You're putting yourself in bad positions. You don't want to do that. Play this Call of Duty like you have always played Call of Duty. Use the boost when you need to get up to a second story, when you need to get through a window, when you need to get up to a rooftop. But don't, jump around and slide around and be a complete crazy maniac bunny rabbit for no reason. Like, there's no reason to do that, and I think it's one of the biggest kind of like weaknesses of a lot of people. So really pay attention to when you're boosting and be smart about it, and you're gonna have a much better time. Now, next up, my next tip for you guys, we've got two left. The first one is keep on the move. So this game is unlike any other Call of Duty game, especially the last installment in Call of Duty Ghosts. In Ghosts, the most effective way to play was passively. Move from cover to cover, aka head glitch to head glitch, aim down sight. If somebody ran into your sights, they would die. If you ran into somebody else's sights, you would die. That's just pretty much how the game went. This game is the exact polar opposite. If you stand behind cover and camp like that, you're gonna have enemies swarming from left, right, behind, below, and above you due to the new abilities of the Exosuit. Like, people can traverse the map faster than they've ever been able to before. It's absolutely insane. Instead of having to go around walls or through buildings or around, kind of like things in their way, they just go over them. They jump over the walls, over the buildings, over the barriers, over anything in between you and them to come take you out. It's absolutely insane. They can get from one side of the map to the other in just a few seconds, whereas before it would have taken, upwards of half a minute. So it's really crazy, and if you're staying in one spot, people are going to come back and revenge kill you like no other. So you can't do that. For the reason of how quick people can move around the map, you've got to constantly be moving. Don't be super rushy. Don't be overly, crazy rushy. But there's a nice balance of, I guess I'll call it patrolling, where you're always kind of changing positions on the move, but ready for a gunfight at the same time. So make sure you guys keep moving. Otherwise, you're going to get left in the dust in this game. You cannot camp in this game, which is, it makes it a lot of fun, honestly. I like the way that that's been done. And then finally, the last tip I've got for you guys is to use your Exosuit. So gunfights are a whole different ball game this year, fellas. It's a lot different, again, than Ghosts. Ghosts, aimed on sight, first person to shoot, wins a gunfight every single time. This game, it's like a chess match, baby. With the addition of the extra health, the time to kill is a lot higher. So just in that way, gunfights are a lot tougher and you have more of a chance to win them, even if you don't have first shot. But now, you've got the introduction of the Exo abilities. You can dash left, right, back, forward, up, down, do all kinds of crazy stuff. So make those enemies miss, man. Like, I would say like at least 50% of the gunfights are not how you're shooting, but how you're evading the enemy bullets. That's like really, really important in this game. So you make sure you're using your dash abilities. Make sure you're jumping up in the air. Make sure you're being a hard target to hit, all while shooting back. And that's the way you're going to win more gunfights. Oftentimes, I'll have somebody behind me that gets the first shot. Just give them a nice little dash to the right, a double boost jump, turn around, boom, you've got yourself a kill. So it's crazy some of the combinations and stuff you can put together to evade enemy bullets and shoot back, evade enemy bullets and get behind cover, evade enemy bullets and completely escape away like a ninja into the night. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. So make sure you're using the full abilities of your Exosuit. So yeah, there you guys have it. Those are just some tips for you guys to kind of stay alive and get high kill streaks in this game. Run the right kill streak rewards. Play the objective if you're playing an objective game mode. Don't get boost happy because it's going to be your downfall. Keep on the move because this game is absolutely insanely fast. And finally, make sure you're using all of your Exo abilities because that's what this game is built around. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out these two videos if you haven't seen yet. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.